And you can join the debate over the new mosque on our Facebook page and on Twitter. Still to come on A Current Affair, the predator next door, targeting a young girl and sending her love letters.
I want to see him gone from where we are.
This is Win News.
Tonight, Mackay sees a rise in the number of smartphone thefts. A man accused of shooting at 7 homes remains in custody. And farmers battling the dry. Good evening. Also tonight, Stadium Mackay loses its naming rights sponsor. But first, Mackay police are warning locals to be smarter with their smartphones after an increase in the number of devices being stolen. And it's not just an expensive handset offenders are getting away with, but bank account details and the user's identity. A 20-year-old charged with shooting at 6 homes in Mackay and 1 in Rockhampton has been remanded in custody. Fraser Edward Lewis appeared via video link in Mackay Magistrates Court today on 36 charges, including willful damage, animal cruelty, unlawful possession of a firearm to commit an indictable offence, and a string of drug and weapon charges. It's alleged Lewis shot at a Frenchville home on January 6, where a teenage girl was sleeping, and 2 days later fired multiple rounds at 6 homes in Mackay's northern suburbs, intentionally killing a family cat. He's remanded to reappear via video link next month. An 83-year-old woman is lucky to be alive after an accident near Camilla left her car a crumpled wreck. Around at 1 o'clock, emergency crews arrived on scene to find the woman with serious injuries to her legs after she lost control of the vehicle, crashing it into a ditch. The RACQ rescue helicopter airlifted the elderly woman to Mackay Base Hospital this afternoon. Tourism operators are confident there'll be future investment in the Whitsundays if it continues to experience the success it's had over the past 6 months. Cruise Whitsundays is one brand they could be in for a boost if Island and Reef visits keep going the way they have. Mackay Council says the Virgin Australia signage at Stadium Mackay will start to be taken down by tomorrow. Virgin signed up as naming sponsor of the stadium 2 years ago, and the agreement expired at the end of last year. Council says negotiations are underway for a potential new corporate partner and is confident of securing a naming rights sponsor in the coming months. It says having Virgin's name on the stadium has given it a strong national profile. 26 new regions throughout Western Queensland were today drought declared by the state government. More troubling for graziers is news Indonesia is now placing new restrictions on cattle imports. Queensland Labor Senator Jan McLucas claims 6 Mackay jobs could be lost if the federal government shuts down regional tax offices. A national counselling service in Mackay says it's seeing a rise in people affected by financial stress. Relationships Australia counsels hundreds of clients a month, and since the mining downturn says job-related stress has dramatically increased. New research from Central Queensland University shows people who embark on a new exercise program give up in less than 6 months. It found most of us overcommit and set unrealistic goals. After the break on Win, Airlie prepares to welcome more visitors, and a little boy selling his signed football cap to help out his mum who suffers from cancer. A Mackay primary school boy has carried out a selfless act today, donating a beloved hat signed by football stars towards finding a cure for cancer. Meanwhile, a couple of tradies raising money for research have reached more than half their goal. Local cane farmers are being warned not to panic about yellow canopy syndrome. Mackay Area Productive Services says it's received numerous calls about so-called yellowing. It's also monitoring an area of around 100 hectares of cane crops for the syndrome. So far, it has not been confirmed in the Mackay region. Little is known about its impact on cane crops or its cause. February is shaping up to be a hit for the Whitsundays, with thousands of international visitors expected to celebrate the Chinese New Year. Tourism operators are also eager to see couples choosing the tropical paradise for Valentine's Day. Now it's over to Hannah. And Hannah, how long is this heat going to last?
Good evening, Natassia. A sunny and hot day right across the board today, and tomorrow should be much the same. Now we reached 32 in Mackay, but temps out west approached the 40-degree mark. Some areas got up even to the mid-40s today. I'll have more details after sport.
Thanks, Hannah. And Murph is up next with sport. And Murph, Kim Williams has a good selection headache.
Yeah, absolutely, Natassia. It is a good one to have. The Cutters coach wants competition for all spots, and that extends to the captaincy. Plus, the Mackay Car Club starts the year off with a bang.
This sports report brought to you by Eastman and Richards Real Estate. Big enough to get results, small enough to care.
Cutters recruit Tom Rouse says there's no shortage of potential leaders in the Mackay team this year. It's left coach Kim Williams with a selection headache when it comes to choosing a captain. He had planned to name the team leader over the weekend before a late charge from several candidates in the leadership group. Norths and Pioneer Valley have sounded an ominous warning to their rivals in local T20 cricket. Both teams won 2 games apiece over the weekend. The Whitsunday Car Club has held its first meeting of the year. Organisers say they're impressed with the turnout of budding junior racers. And some of that driving reminded me of you in the Wynn car park, Natassia.
Don't keep my secrets away. Thanks, Murph. Don't go away. Hannah's next with all your weather details.
A current affair coming up next over on Gem.
Good evening, everyone. A very hot day for inland parts of our district. Our temps were up to 7 degrees above average, and tomorrow is looking even hotter. Now, on Thursday, we should get a slight cooler change, but it will be warming up again for the weekend. A real significant change isn't moving through until the start of next week. So I'll have more details for you in just a moment. Let's check out what we did see today first. Hamilton Island reached 30 degrees. It was 32 around Mount Bassett and Mackay Airport, which is 2 above average. Collinsville was very hot, 35 for you, 33 for Eaton and 40 for Moranbah and Claremont today. And now we have seen some showers and thunderstorms in quite a distinct band, and they have been fairly widespread, all the way from western parts through the central inland and down to the southeastern corner. So some of those showers and storms have the potential to affect our area tonight and again for the remainder of the week. And it's all due to this region of low pressure and that surface trough. Like I was mentioning yesterday, it's really just going to be lingering around the same area most weeks, so just triggering these showers and storms each and every afternoon, helping to keep some very hot temperatures as well across most of Queensland, with this very hot air mass being drawn in by these northerlies, which are ahead of this surface trough here. Now what we are going to see is a little break though. Like I mentioned on Thursday, we have this high which you'll start to see move in from the west. That's going to push a little further north than we expected yesterday, and what that's going to do is it's going to filter a little bit of that heat north and west of our area. But then again, that heat will push further south on Saturday and Sunday, and again we'll see those temperatures become very hot, up around the high 30s, early 40s. So showers and thunderstorms again associated with this system tomorrow, and some showers will also start to develop about the northeast coast. They're going to hang around and increase later this week. So a mostly sunny day is forecast for the central coast on Whitsundays. Light winds will become east to northeasterly into the afternoon, only up to around 20 k's though. We have a very high fire danger forecast, 32 for Bowen with just a chance of a morning shower. A mostly sunny day for Mackay though, and 32. For the Central Highlands, a very hot day is forecast yet again. A sunny morning, but we can expect some showers and thunderstorms into the afternoon. Those northerly winds should get up to around 20 k's. They'll become light by the middle of the day and then increase from the northeast again later. Very high fire danger is forecast, and you can see those temperatures are yet again looking hot. 39 for Claremont and Moranbah tomorrow. East to northeasterlies offshore up to around 15 knots. Those seas should be below about 1 metre, and swell is forecast from the east to northeast around 1 metre as well. Low tide for Mackay Outer Harbour is just after 8 a.m, and high tide will be at 10 past 2, with the sun setting in Mackay at 6:50 and rising at 20 to 6 rather. So for the next 7 days, you can see for Mackay, those temperatures are really not drifting much from the early 30s during the daytime. Overnight lows down to 24. It's really going to be inland that will probably notice a bit more of a temperature drop Thursday and Friday, and then again earlier next week. But for tomorrow, Mackay, partly cloudy, 32. We may see a couple of showers Thursday and Friday with onshore winds. They should ease on Saturday before we see the return of a bit of wet weather for Australia Day. Enjoy your evening, guys. Now it's back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Hannah. And that's Win News for the moment.
Don't forget you can follow us on both Facebook and Twitter as well, if you're social media savvy, that is.
And join us again tomorrow night for the best local news in the country. Good night.
Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win, Australia's #1 regional television network.